Hello, Harden here, back with another Eve Echoes video, kind of encounters mission running video, because that's primarily how I make my ISK. Today's video is going to focus on two things. The first thing to highlight is that the primary thing this is going to be about is about the new Concord Pass, which was just launched, this morning for me. It was live this morning for me, but I think it was kind of a little bit earlier for some people in the USA and other kind of places. So anyway, the first thing you'll probably notice here is that my Typhoon is looking rather snazzy, and that's because NetEase with this new Concord Pass missions have added in the new Concord Pass store, and finally us missile users have been able to get some very usable nanocores. So in this case I got the thermomagnetic storm number 2 for my Typhoon, which I think actually, again, I'm not really someone that's particularly interested in the visual aspect of this game, and I've never actually purchased a skin before, but I gotta say I do actually like this. I think it's looking pretty good, and if I just scroll around here, I don't think you can see it from here, but I've also done the same for my other Raven. I did my Ferox, I did it in the last one because basically they had reasonably good nanocores already that bonuses to the turrets, but obviously this is the first time I was able to do these missiles, and I had some Concord Pass points saved up from last time. So what the video is about today is just going to show you how I do the Concord Pass missions. I just want to put a disclaimer in here that this is not necessarily the fastest way to do the Concord Pass. I know other people can do them very quickly, doing things like blueprints, reverse engineering, doing things like building ships and so on. So this is definitely not the fastest way to do this, but this is the way that I think works for me and kind of for my little setup and fleet. It can be done in security and allows you to kind of build up kind of quite a reasonable amount of ISK while you're doing it. So I'm just going to actually pop in first a couple of things on here. First of all, I'm going to go into my Concord Pass thing here. Now on this account I have actually I did actually purchase the Concord, the advanced thing that gives me up to level 15. I did that on my main account just to get a head start on this one, but I haven't done that on my other two accounts, so I'm going to still have to grind all the kind of various levels. But I just want to show you in terms of the missions here, this is the way I do it. Again, this may not suit everybody, but this is the way that I find it works pretty well. So for me, what I do here, you can see that I've gone for bounties. For 5 of the 6 kind of mission slots, Concord Pass mission slots, I go for bounties. And the reason I do that is because I'm flying in a fleet. I'm flying in a fleet with two of my other alt accounts. And if I go for NPC kills, they only count 1 NPC kill for each of the ships in the fleet. So theoretically it takes longer because some of my ships are more DPS, some of my ships are less DPS, so it's kind of imbalanced. You can find that one of your ships has completed the Concord Pass, got all the points for that week, and the other one is still only halfway through, and then you've got to continue grinding, which kind of just feels a bit sucky. I don't know, it just doesn't feel right. So again, this is through various bits of experimentation. Just one thing to note, you can see there's the one there for, I think it's 50 million in bounties, there's one there for 20 million in bounties, and you get the various Concord Pass rewards on the left, which is like here it's 150, then it's 6, then it's 15, then it's 30 and 60. There is one that gives you 300 Concord Pass points. I don't take that one, and I'll tell you why, is because what I found a few times is when you're coming up to your weekly limit over here, your weekly at 1,150, sometimes you're hitting that weekly limit without actually even getting that 300 extra Concord points from that one mission, and so sometimes that can be kind of wasted. So what I do for the 6th slot is I actually go for the encounters, the news missions one, the 4 encounters, which is the smallest one, and then how I do this is, and I've mentioned this little tactic before, It's not particularly ideal today because it didn't really work as it normally does this morning. But what I tend to do is I go to a low-sec system. It's called Miro Item. That's MIROITEM. And what you find is in that system, if you refresh your missions in that system, it will always give you a bunch of missions in this system called HEC. Now today, for some reason, I don't know, usually in the morning when you go there for the first refresh and you hit the refresh, you automatically have 5. But today it was only 3, and even after the refresh, it didn't give me any new ones. So that's kind of unusual. So even if I complete those 3, I'm not going to get the points for the 4 encounter mission, which is a little bit annoying on that one. But just so you're aware, on my other 2 accounts, so these just before I say that, these are at the expert level. So in terms of the reward for these, this is 2.5 million. This one is 3 million. This one is 3 million. So you can see that's 8.5 million just in mission rewards there. So that doesn't include any of the bounties that you get for killing the ships. But also on my other 2 accounts, I did have the luck this morning, and I do have 5 missions on each of those in this system. So in total now, I have 13 missions to run in the same star system. So you can really grind these quite quickly to gain those kind of bounties and kind of fill those mission rewards. So again, that's my tactic. I go to this system called Miro Item, refresh my missions there, come to HEC, and then you can just grind them, and you can grind them safely as well. This is a high sec system, so no worries about getting scanned down and ganked while doing this. And even though my other 2 accounts are not T10, so their missions are on the hard level, so you're only looking at battle cruisers and so on, they still do provide nice kind of bounties. So and you can do them that little bit quicker as well. So it's not something that you have to be at T10 to do. It works equally well at T9 and T8 as long as you can get those hard missions. And as I said, this is not the fastest way to do this, but for me it's the kind of most engaging way, because you're having those kind of like missions. So it's not for me. It's not too much of a grind, and you can go through them quite quickly. So I think last week when I did this, it was just, again, I don't have much time to play. This is the reason I do encounters, is I've got 2 kids and a job, so I can't spend too much time in game at one stage. But I think I put in about an hour a day with this gang, and within probably 4 or 5 days a week, I was hitting the cap on the Concord Pass missions. So every week about an hour a day doing this kind of missions in HEC, and that was enough to get me the 1,150 points for the Concord Pass every week. Again, that will kind of vary. I'm doing it with a fleet, so I have an advantage. I can kill these missions a bit quicker, and that may not be the same for everyone, but certainly if you're doing something similar as I do, you will find it a kind of good way to do things. So what I'm going to do here is, I've talked a lot, I'm just going to go into these first 3 missions. It's kind of interesting. Again, this is also the first time I've actually had the Nanocore on the Typhoon, and the Nanocore on my Raven as well. Didn't seem to make that dramatic an difference to my actual. Oh, sorry, that's not the one I was going to. Didn't seem to make a dramatic difference to my DPS on the Typhoon. You see, it's jumped up to 1,857 cold. This is a very DPS setup. As you guys know, my 3rd account is running a Ferrex Shield command. And that, I find on these missions, is enough tank, because they normally focus on the Ferox for the very first wave, and once they do that, then even if they do focus on the Typhoon, which has a huge tank, even passively it's 121,000 EHP, then the large shield booster is enough to tank the NPCs, because you're killing them very quickly. I can't show it to you here, but on my Raven, which I've also upgraded, I actually have 2,230 DPS cold, so that's actually spitting out a huge amount of DPS. And just one other thing here, this again, I got the Nanocore this morning and just installed it. A bit laggy here, sorry guys. And you can see obviously that first attribute is the 18% missile torpedo damage. Now unfortunately, the second one, I didn't have any luck at all on the turret damage one. So I could have got some additional missile damage, which is what I did get on my Raven. but on my Typhoon I didn't get that. So all I got was 5.96 in terms of turret damage. So what you have to do is you have to reconstruct. I can't do that now in space, but you can see how down here you need these modules, which is the Cloud AI Learning Refactoring Permission. I had 10 of those from the previous Concord Pass, but I discovered this morning that for this round you can only buy one a week, and you need 20 to actually have another spin in terms of reorganizing the attributes. So it, in theory, will be 10 weeks before, and again, that depends, I'm not sure how long this Concord Pass is going to last, before I can actually have a respin on this turret damage and try and turn that into missile damage, which kind of sucks a bit. I don't know why there is that limit of only one. I can't seem to find them on the market, these Cloud AI learning codes. So just bear that in mind. You try and stockpile these if you can. For some reason, because I did spend all my points from the previous set because we were getting the rebate on my third account, I've got 380 of those on my Ferox account, which means I can actually do quite a lot of gambling on that one to just try and tweak the stats. In fact, on that one I'm almost down to my fourth secondary attribute on that one, so it's pretty good. And I have actually, again, because I used up my slots, I'm now looking at my secondary attribute on this one, which I should be able to collect the stuff and be able to kind of press the button on that one. Hopefully, I did get one failure, which is why I didn't hit the cap here. So as I said, I'm going to be grinding these Concord Pass missions over the next few weeks, just to pick up all those stuff and kind of hopefully optimize the nanocores. So anyway, this is the first mission I'm running with the Raven and the Typhoon with the nanocores installed. So I'm interested to see how quickly I can grind through these. So I'm going to run the first 3 missions. I'm already up to 11 minutes on this video, so I'm hoping I can try and still get it finished under 20 minutes total. Anyway, let's go. First one, Freedom Fleet extension under attack. Warp Fleet. There we go. And I'm going to change that to loot, and all 3 ships will be going in now. So I've just got to switch to the Ferox first of all, because that's the guy that first arrives, and that's the one that I've got a bit more tank. Well, mainly because it's only a battle cruiser, so it's got less tank anyway, but also because it tends to be the primary. Tends to be a bit faster as well, so it always tends to be closer to the next spawn as well. Okay, so I just turn on all the stuff there. Typhoon is the primary, focus fire approach, and let's turn everything on there. Okay, and let's hit the Typhoon as well with this focus fire approach, and let's apply all the damage. And the same with my Raven as well, which I'm kind of interested to see what kind of DPS figures it's putting up now. So my Raven is approaching as well. So let me see, my Raven is hitting for, hasn't got one yet. Oh, I split the guns. I can't really see because I've split the guns. Okay, and my Ferox is okay. So that first Typhoon has died pretty rapidly. And what we'll do is we'll approach that battleship wreck so we're closer to the next spawn as well. And what I didn't do here was I didn't put my webs on, which always helps a little bit with missiles in terms of applying the damage. And didn't put my target painters on either, which is also, yeah. Again, first mission of the morning, guys. You have to apologise, a bit rusty. Okay, and there we go. So that first one in the wave. And my Ferox is okay. I'll turn his shield booster off. And we'll just take down this Hurricane. Let's keep approaching that battleship wreck. Okay, so second wave. And we'll go for the Maelstrom, focus fire. These are expert missions, so the tank on these battleships is quite significant actually. It's a big step up from the hard in terms of the tank. So they're shooting my Raven at the moment, which is the one I wish they weren't shooting, because it's the one with the kind of least tank, because it's only a T9 Raven. And again, it's also DPS fit, but it's okay for now. So we'll approach that. And let's collect some of the loot on the way. Can't get that. Okay, let's apply our damage controls. So yeah, they're still focusing on the Raven, which is not an issue unless the next wave also focuses on it too. Again, you can see here, killing stuff quickly enough, and I'm going to put my webs on now, and also my missile guidance computer, which also helps when killing these small stuff a little bit quicker. So you can see they're just popping. Again, that's helped the Typhoon. The Typhoon doesn't do as much damage as the Raven, even though the Raven is T9, but the Typhoon does slaughter the smaller stuff thanks to its big explosion velocity bonuses. So that tornado is also dying quickly. They've taken a little bit of shield off my Raven. There we go, and let's see, jump into the next one in a second. Okay, third wave. Okay, and there's a Typhoon here. I think there's two battleships here. So focus fire on the Typhoon, approach. My painters on. Second ship. Okay, focus fire, approach. Painters on. And again, we're focusing on the Typhoon here. Let's focus out, focus fire, approach. Yeah, they're going for my Ferox here, which again is okay because that one is tanked up. And we can put the webs on because we're close enough. And then we're going to apply all the damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then just leave it to auto target here. We'll kill off the stuff that's closest first. Oh, okay, for some reason I hadn't turned that one on. I thought I clicked it. So this is one of the 3 million reward ones. That's why there's 2 battleships on the final wave. If you've only got 1 battleship, then it's the 2.5 million. So again, let's collect some of the loot as we're nearby. They have been pinging the shields on this one. Oh, there's my Ferox bouncing off. Ferox is going. It's probably, yeah, hitting the same target. There we go. Let's turn that off. Don't need to waste cap. And then the final tornado. Let's approach that. It's a bit slower because I forgot to apply my damage on the. I forgot to apply my damage mods on my Raven. Again, as I said, a bit rusty this morning. There's a bit more damage coming here. So I'll collect that. As you can see, 2.6 after tax. So again, if you do grind these, it actually again you'll get the bounty tick in a little while, but you can see that it is actually kind of a reasonably rewarding way of grinding these Concord Pass missions in a way that generates some extra ISK. So we'll go to the second one. The mission here would be mining area safety concern, fleet command, warp fleet. Again, I'll turn off the shield booster there. My Ferox is okay, it's going to arrive first. It's on about 57% cap right now. And the Ferox, I have pushed the attributes. I'm down to the 4th attribute on that one because I did get that a bit earlier. And it's got like an 8% bonus to its cap, so it's quite nice. I can kind of run everything on that. Okay, so I'm going to hit the rock first, focus fire, approach. Target painters on, also the group shield booster on, and the shield booster. Okay, let's go for that. The rock for focus fire, approach, and apply the damage. Same with my other focus fire, approach. Apply the damage. So it's a T10 rock. So you notice, particularly on the shields on this one, the hits on there are not as high. My Ferox is fine. Just want to check here my tank actually, because again I just finished expert level 5 on the shield command module. So you can see here my defense is actually 130,000, thanks to that kind of module. But as I said, with this kind of amount of DPS, you don't really need a tank or a serious tank on these missions. Again, this is obviously me in a little fleet. If you're flying solo, don't listen to that advice. You definitely do need a tank, or you need something that's going to be going in at range where you're not going to take much damage. But certainly if you're flying solo, you definitely do need a tank. If you're in a little gang like this, then it's not too bad. Stick the webs on. They're focusing on my Ferox again, which again is great because that's the one with the DCU, that's the one with the 2 hardeners. So it kind of helps soak up a lot of that damage. Okay, and my damage mods are all free again, and I can put my webs on as well, so help apply the damage even more. Probably shouldn't have used the missile guidance there. That's normally better once you've got the battleships out of the way. It really helps pop those small ships instantly. Let's collect a bit of loot again while we're doing this. And again, they are focused on my Ferox, which is just shield boosting constantly. Again, it's very nice that you've got that bonus for 8% cap on the Nanocore. So it just makes it more viable. Just I can almost go through 3 waves, just leave the shield booster running constantly, and don't really have to worry about it, which is good when you're micromanaging 3 accounts. It's nice to have it set up in a way that you don't have to spend all your time jumping between the screens constantly. Okay, and the final wave of this one, which I think this is only a 2.5, so I think there's only 1 battleship on this one. There's a rock again, focus fire approach. Target painters on. Focus fire approach on the rock with my Raven. And yeah, who are they shooting here? Don't have the rock on there, so I'm gonna. Who are they shooting? Oh, they're shooting the Typhoon here. So again, nice that they decided to do that just on the last wave, because again, the large shield booster does eat into the cap if you leave it running. I'm going to apply again my damage mods here, and stick my webs on for the close stuff, and then hit the missile guidance. Target painter's turned off for some reason. Okay. Again, sometimes they kill stuff so quickly, the small stuff, that it hasn't actually locked on to the next target before it dies, which means then your target painters switch off. So it's one thing you just have to keep an eye on sometimes. So it's nice, my Ferox is just regaining its cap because I was able to turn its shield boost off. And even on here, even with the large, it's not too bad. I'm hoping that when I do my 3rd attribute on the Nanocore on this one, that I do get the cap one. But yeah, it's a bit annoying that the thing you need, if you've got the bad roll and you've got the kind of attribute that you don't really want, it's just a pity. Like on this one, I've got turrets, which again is completely pointless. So I need to re-roll it, but the fact that they're only allowing you 1 of those the items, and you need 20 of them to re-roll per week is kind of ridiculous. I don't know why they've limited that to 1. I'm sure there's a reason. I'm sure there is a reason to their madness on that one, but I'm not quite sure what it is right now. Okay, and then we'll do 1 more mission here. Let me just have a look. Mission here is the Angel Cartel Hideout. Here we go. Fleet Command, Warp Fleet. Let me just check the other accounts before they warp in. They're all okay. Okay, so the Ferox is on the way in. Yeah, I do like the look. Again, as I said, I'm not normally one for the kind of aesthetics of skins. Never purchased any, but this Typhoon 2 with the kind of thermomagnetic does look cool. I didn't play around with it at all. I just thought it looked nice. I'll stick with that because I've got no artistic skill whatsoever. I would have made it look if I played with it, it would have looked awful. So I just thought I'll stick with what NetEase has done here on that one. Okay, so here we go. Let's hit that Tempest first, focus fire, approach, and again apply all the damage. And the same with my second account, which is in range for webs. And let's put the webs on there now as well. Once that pops, I will stick my missile guidance computer on, and it will just help flatten all those small ships. Again, they're focusing on my Ferox here, which is good. It's tanking easy. Okay, the Ferox is almost down. Oh, sorry, the sorry, there's my missile guidance computer gone on now. Same on my second account. And you see these small stuff. Let's see this stabber. How long does it take? It's not that small a stabber. Yeah, not long. Okay, and the Gisty Hound. Let's put the webs on again. And I think I can turn my shield booster off. Okay, let's pick up some loot while we're here. Shall I do that on this one? Try and share the loot collection duties out so that my cargo hold doesn't fill up too quickly. Okay. Okay, and I haven't had a bounty tick yet, so hopefully you'll see that before this video ends. Okay, and let's hit the second wave. I've got Typhoon here, focus fire, approach. Yeah, it looks like they're hitting the Ferox once again, which is fine. Okay, let's apply the damage. And same here. Yeah, I should have, before I did this video, I should have put all the launchers together, but as you can see, they're split here. So I've got 4 groups of 2. Just kind of experimenting with that the other day. So again, webs on here, and missile guidance, just help pop all these kind of auto-targeted close stuff. A little bit of damage coming in there. Let's turn on the large shield booster for a minute. And then onto the Cyclone. Let's approach that. Turn the shield booster off there. Turn it off here. Not enough damage to justify it. Okay, third and final wave. So this is a double battleship wave. And we got the Maelstrom is the primary, I guess. Focus fire approach. Again, target painters on. Painters on. And again, they're going for my Ferox. So approach. Put the damage control. I've got a damage control as this is the third one I'm doing, so I don't need to save that. Third wave. Okay, I'm not close enough for the webs yet. Webs don't really make a difference to hitting the battleship, but it's good to have them on so when it does switch to the next target, they're already underway. Auto cycle onto the next target. Let's see if it can go on now. No, still too far. Let's try one more. Okay, well, we are close enough now. Same with my second account. Bang. Okay, and then we've got another Gisty Maelstrom to kill before the end. Let's pick up that little bit of loot. Yeah, because there's the 2 Maelstroms on here, they've taken about 20% off the shields of the Ferox, but again, it's not a worry. It's just going to run that large, also the medium shield booster constantly. I could put I think there's enough power grid and everything else to put a large shield booster on the Ferox. You have to then be very careful with your cap if you do forget, which again, if you're multi-boxing like me, it's very easy just to overlook that you've left a shield booster on and then you just go back to it and discover, oh, no cap. So I actually prefer the medium on that, even though I could probably fit a large. Okay, that Maelstrom is going down. Approach that. Are we going to get a bounty tick before the end, or have I missed it? We'll have a look. If we don't, maybe I will just jump over to, I'll go into one more mission on my second account, just until we get the bounty tick, so you can see how many Concord Pass points you can pick up from that. So you can see there, in terms of the reward, 2.6 million after tax. So what I will do, again, we haven't had the bounty tick yet, I'm pretty sure. Let me just go into my Concord Pass and quickly check. Turn off my shield booster there, save some cap while I do this. Mission. Okay, so there hasn't been a bounty tick yet. So let's close that down, and we'll do, I'm just going to swap over the gang to my second account. And then we'll warp into one of his missions. Okay, refugee left behind, fleet command, warp fleet. So again, as I said, the main thing for me is that you can get like 12, 13, 14, 15 missions in this one high-sec system. You get decent bounties from it, you get decent mission rewards, you can pick up loot as you go, and you're in high-sec, so no chance of actually getting ganked either. Again, it's not top dollar. If you were out in 0.0 and you're doing this simply ratting, you would probably make more and may do it a bit quicker again, but this, if you are like me and you've not got enough time to play the game in long bursts and you have to drop out from time to time, then doing it this way works for me. Again, 0.0 in a way is actually safer than low sec now, because you have got kind of Intel networks and everything else, which you don't have in low sec. So, but this is a kind of another option, just doing it in high sec. Okay. I want to just check my shield here. Yeah, my defense. Yeah, 130,000 EHP. Okay, so again, this one is a bit easier because it is the hard level mission. So you're only getting a battle cruiser. Oh, look, there is the thing kicked in. So I'll just finish this off quickly because it doesn't take too long, and then we'll go quickly have a look at the Concord Pass, and you can see what I've picked up there. In just again, I started this video. I was talking for about 11 minutes. It was about about 15-20 minutes. You can see what's been achieved with that. Let's have a look. Webs there for they're doing a bit of damage here. But yeah, the hard missions on my other two accounts, because they're not T10 yet, the rewards are lower, obviously, only 900,000 for each mission, but they do actually pay out quite reasonable bounties, so they do contribute quite nicely to the overall thing. Let's get the loot as we go as well. Again, you don't have to do this, I just do it because it does add up. Like normally I'll wait for a few months, collect it all, and then you can actually sell it for a few hundred million. Okay, so the main target here is going to be I can't see, where's the battle cruiser? Am I blind? Maybe it's just two, yeah, maybe it's just not. Okay, I'll just pick on the Rupture for now. I'll go for the Bellicose, focus fire approach, stick on the damage mods, stick on the webs, painter's webs, and I'll put on the missile guidance as well. Oh, there's a tornado. That's what I was waiting for. And you can see these are being chewed through very, very quickly. Being chewed through quickly, and my Raven wasn't even shooting. Okay. And then finally the Stabber. Again, collect the loot, as I'm doing nothing right now. Loot. Finish the mission off. Loot. Turn the shield booster off. I'll save some cap before I jump into the next mission. Okay, so let's have a look. Okay, so we go to Concord Pass, here, Concord Pass, and then jump into the mission. So you can see there, just that kind of 20 minutes, I picked up 6 Concord Pass points for that first one, which is, I think, 2 million Iskran bounties. I picked up another 500,000 there. 500,000. This is interesting though. I don't know if they've changed it from the previous. So you can see my total there is 549. So I got 5,499,000. So basically 5.5 million Iskran bounties. But they don't seem to have carried it over. I don't know if that's different or if I just never noticed that before, but they don't seem to have carried it over to the ones that have been completed. So it seems like I just got the reward and then it kind of puts it back to 0. And I don't know, I thought on the last Concord Pass that it carried over. So if you got your mission pass, but again, that could be just misremembered on my part, I might have forgotten. Okay, well, anyway, guys, I'm going to do a few more of these missions now. I'm going to spend the next week or so grinding these out to kind of upgrade my nanocores on my Typhoon, Raven, and Ferox. I hope you found that interesting, not too boring. I apologize if it was. And I hope you like the content. Please do like and subscribe if you do. Many thanks. Fly safe. Have a good day. Take care. Bye.